How does a tiny island outcompete global aviation giants with 3 airlines, where bigger nations struggle with just 2? Taiwan's aviation market defies logic, sustaining 3 long-haul airlines through geography, cargo dominance, and a billion-dollar family rivalry. And here's where it gets strange. In January 2020, Starlux Airlines quietly launched with just 2 aircraft, nothing flashy, just ambition. Fast forward a few years, and suddenly it's flying deep into the United States, even adding Phoenix in 2026, like it's been doing this for decades. On top of that, it's ordering cutting-edge Airbus A350-1000 jets like a legacy giant. Now pause for a second. Taiwan has just 24 million people. Japan has over 120 million people, yet it supports only 2 major long-haul airlines. Taiwan? 3. EVA Air, China Airlines, and now Starlux. So the real question is, how is this even sustainable? But wait, it gets personal. This isn't just aviation. It's a full-blown family war. Chang Yong-fa built a global empire and launched EVA Air in 1989 with one goal: to compete with the best in the world. And it worked. EVA introduced premium economy in 1992 and built a reputation airlines would kill for. Then 2016 hits. He passed away, and everything fractures. His chosen successor, Chang Kuo-wei, gets pushed out by his own half-brothers in what people literally called a Prince Hamlet drama. Imagine that. Your father hands you the throne, and your family takes it away. Most people would walk away. He didn't. After a brutal legal fight and a $437 million win, he launches Starlux Airlines, not just to compete, but to beat EVA Air at its own game. And this is where the real advantage kicks in. Taiwan doesn't win because of size. It wins because of where it sits on the map. Domestic flights? Almost irrelevant. You can cross the island in hours. The real play is transit. Taipei Taoyuan International Airport sits in a near-perfect position between North America and Southeast Asia. Flights from Los Angeles or San Francisco heading to Bangkok, Manila, or Singapore often find Taipei the fastest connection without even trying. Then things shifted globally. Russian airspace closures forced longer routes. Hong Kong, once the king of transit hubs, started losing traffic. And Taiwan? It quietly absorbed that demand. So now it's not about how many people live there. It's about how many people pass through. And here's the part most people completely miss. Taiwan isn't just moving passengers, it's moving the world's most valuable cargo. At the center of it all is TSMC, producing over 90% of the planet's most advanced chips. Think about that for a second. Companies like Apple, Nvidia, and AMD all depend on it. Now picture those chips sitting in the belly of a plane. That's where the real money is. Even when ticket prices dip or travel demand slows, those shipments don't stop. Phones still need chips. Servers still need chips. And now with AI exploding, every single query, every generated image, every model training run depends on hardware coming out of Taiwan. So while other airlines worry about empty seats, Taiwanese carriers are backed by something far more stable. Cargo isn't just extra revenue, it's the backbone. But wait, It gets even more aggressive. While most airlines play it safe, Taiwan's carriers are going all in on North America. EVA Air alone runs around 80 weekly flights, controlling nearly half the market. China Airlines holds another solid chunk. And then there's Starlux Airlines, moving fast, almost like it's trying to catch up overnight. Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Ontario, even Phoenix. It's stacking destinations one after another. Here's the surprising part, though. They're not killing each other's business. They're creating new demand. Passengers who once routed through other hubs are now choosing Taiwan instead. So instead of fighting over the same pie, they're making the pie bigger. And just when you think they'd slow down, they pivot to Europe. Starlux Airlines is launching its first European route, Taipei to Prague in August 2026. Not London, not Paris, Prague. At first glance, it feels like a strange choice, but look closer, and it makes sense. Prague has become one of the most popular destinations for Taiwanese tourists chasing culture beyond the usual Western hotspots. Of course, there's a twist. China Airlines is already flying that route, so now it's direct competition. But Starlux isn't chasing volume, it's chasing experience. With its A350-900 and premium-heavy setup, it's targeting travelers willing to pay more, not just fly more. Sometimes the smartest move isn't the biggest market, it's the right one. Now here's what really shocked analysts. This wasn't supposed to work. When Starlux entered the market, most experts predicted brutal price wars and eventual collapse. That didn't happen. Instead, all three airlines are making money. EVA Air pulled in around $220 million. China Airlines did even better with roughly $283 million. And Starlux? It hit profitability faster than anyone expected, posting $12 million. So what changed? Flights are full. Demand is high. And crucially, cargo keeps revenues steady, even when passenger prices fluctuate. On top of that, newer aircraft mean lower fuel costs and better efficiency. Put it all together, and the picture flips completely. This isn't a saturated market. It's one where demand is still outrunning supply. And here's the hidden layer most passengers never see: global alliances. EVA Air is part of Star Alliance, while China Airlines aligns with SkyTeam. These partnerships quietly funnel passengers from hundreds of cities into Taiwan's network. Now Starlux is eyeing oneworld, and that's a big deal. oneworld currently has no Taiwan-based airline, leaving a gap in its global map. But it's not guaranteed. Cathay Pacific, a major oneworld player, competes for the same transit traffic. If Starlux gets in, though, everything changes. And this is where Starlux flips the script completely. While most new airlines try to win with cheap tickets, Starlux Airlines goes the opposite way. Premium everything. The cabins? Designed with BMW Design Works, you can feel it the moment you step in. We're talking first-class suites with doors, lie-flat business seats, and meals that feel closer to fine dining than airplane food. But here's the trade-off. Fewer seats. A typical airline would cram more passengers into the same aircraft, but Starlux cuts capacity to boost revenue per traveler. On its A350-1000, the layout leans heavily toward premium cabins instead of economy. It's a bold move. Instead of flying more people, Starlux is focused on earning more from each one. And if you think this is short-term thinking, think again. All three airlines are pouring billions into new aircraft like they're planning decades. Starlux Airlines alone has ordered 18 A350-1000s, a serious long-haul powerhouse. Meanwhile, EVA Air is upgrading with A350s and Boeing 787s, replacing older jets step by step. China Airlines isn't holding back either, adding A350s, 777X, and 787S to its fleet. At the 2025 Paris Air Show, deals kept stacking up. Why does this matter? New aircraft mean lower fuel burn, better efficiency, and stronger margins. But more importantly, it sends a message. These airlines aren't preparing for a slowdown. They're betting big on long-term growth. But let's not pretend this is bulletproof. Some cracks could shake everything. The biggest one? Rising tensions between Taiwan and China. One major escalation, and travel demand could drop overnight. Then there's competition. If Chinese airlines fully return to US routes, they could flood the market with cheaper fares. Inside the industry, problems are already brewing. Pilot strikes, cabin crew walkouts, China Airlines and EVA Air have both faced disruptions. And of course, fuel prices. When jet fuel spikes, even the strongest airlines feel it. So yeah, the system works for now. But it's walking a fine line between unstoppable growth and sudden disruption. And when you step back, it almost feels unreal. Taiwan breaks every rule the aviation industry swears by. A small island running 3 global airlines, all growing at once. The formula? Geography, semiconductor cargo, transit traffic, and one very personal rivalry. While places like Japan and Korea consolidate, Taiwan expands. So now the real question isn't how it works. It's whether this model is a one-off or the future others haven't figured out yet. Taiwan's aviation story proves one thing. The rules don't always apply. Geography, technology, and ambition can reshape entire industries. The real question isn't whether this system works. It already does. The question is, how long before the rest of the world catches up or tries to compete with something they don't fully understand?